Hello and welcome to the Autumn Tertiary Cup. Today we have some League of Legends coming at your way. Right now we do have ANU Esports versus Latrobe University. I'm Eric Lee and I'm joined by Tyler Penguin Domo, and I actually don't know your last name, Tyler.
Well, it is Beal, good sir, and it is a pleasure to allow me to join such a great time in tournament. Hopefully we can see some great games today. And just for some clarification, ANU is currently drafting on the left side, while LTU is drafting on the right.
Yeah, so we already have some picks coming out. Udia on the ANU was the left side?
Correct.
Yep, so we have Udia for them and Jin for the side of LTU. And we have some interesting bans as well. I think Aurelian Soul might be a targeted ban.
It seems like Aurelian Soul would have been a targeted ban.
It's definitely not meta right now.
Definitely underrated champion, but he is incredibly strong with either a mandate build or just a general AP build. Also seeming to come out as a target ban of Irelia, who is also becoming quite a strong champion, but hasn't been seeing much play. On the side of LTU, we see bans for Kai'Sa, Yono, and Hecarim, which are all incredibly strong picks just generally in the metagame.
Yeah, what are you excited for this game? Are there any particular picks that we should look out for?
Currently coming into it, we see the Udia pick coming out, first pick for ANU, who, as you have seen probably at Worlds... Oh, sorry about that. Coming out at Worlds, Udia has become much stronger than previous seasons. Coming out just smashing it in with items such as Chem Tank and Stridebreaker. I'm expecting to see a tank Udia this game. And then a Gragas center pick, a second and third for ANU. Both incredibly strong champions at the moment. I'm expecting to see a bit more tank picks coming out from LTSU.
Yeah.
We shall see what's going on.
We did see Udia with a bit of a nerf, right? I can't remember if it's this patch or next patch coming.
No, a few patches ago, his Phoenix stance did get nerfed in damage, absolutely. Hopefully, that doesn't make a difference, and it has seemed in other places that damage nerf did not change the fact that Udia is still an incredibly strong engage and an incredibly fast clearer.
Yeah.
So it shouldn't affect him too much.
So the Lux pick is quite interesting. It's not really standard. Are we thinking that's maybe in the support role this game?
I would definitely think it should be going support, but Lux mid has seen a bit of play. Depending on who ANU picks for mid lane, this could be quite a strong Lux flex, but we will expect to see it in support. What I want to focus on actually is the Kayn pick on the side of LTSU. Kayn jungle has seen quite a strong resurgence ever since the Manamoon changes coming into Season 11. So I'll be excited to see if this is going to be in fact a blue Kayn or red Kayn.
I think with Kayn, it's one of those things where you just see what happens in the game, you vibe it out, and depending on the picks, you do switch between blue and the red. I really feel like with the tankiness of the ANU side, blue might not be the safest option this game. He will get kited around, and it's better to be that bruiser, but you never know what people feel. It's up to the player, and that's one of the great things about Kayn.
That is correct. That is absolutely true. And coming out from LTSU, we are actually getting an on pick. So this just adds so much flexibility to the comp. And it allows them to actually change their game plan from going all in into, as you said, picking a more tanky red Kayn and then going a bit more into the late game and trying to stall them out. But the Silas pick coming in is kind of spicy.
I actually love the pick right here.
I do like the pick as well. He has some strong ornaments with Ornn and Kayn. However, it's a bit risky since if it's going mid lane, it might get counterpicked if that is a Lux support, and the Rakan last pick, so that is a Senna ADC, but we shall see if it's going fasting or not, which is the real question here.
Okay, so that is a Lux support. Strawberries will be picking the Orianna for Fizali. I think both teams are opting for very teamfight-oriented comps. It's something we see in the more amateur level tournaments where everyone kind of trusts their ability to teamfight, whereas playing the macro, that's not really where we're at, especially in the start of the semester once new teams are learning to gel with each other.
That is actually quite a good insight there. These teams are incredibly team fighty. However, I do want to point out, with champions such as On and Kane, there is a lot of side lane pressure there. Especially since if you're trying to push into On, you're not going to get very far. Especially if this is a tank Gragas over AP Gragas.
No, definitely. We're just gonna see that Ornn absorb pressure. This game, Kane is always there to back up, and I think we're just gonna wait out the early game. I don't think any of these teams want to do anything too intense. You can see it in their comps. There's nothing like we don't see a Nidalee here. We don't see anything crazy. They're all gonna chill. Like I can bet my I don't know. I have nothing much to bet, but I'll bet something that we're gonna have a chill game to start off with.
Definitely. This will be an exciting game to start off the autumn Tertiary Cup tournament. But for now, while we are waiting to go into game and see how this all plays out, do you have any predictions on which side you expect to win?
I think everyone was roughly the same rank. We got like high diamonds, so it should be fairly even for the most part. Looking at team compositions, I think it's hard to pick which side you favor. Like Senna can scale really well, but sometimes you don't see it popping off. Sometimes like I prefer Senna in the support role as opposed to the ADC role, but we don't even have like, how do I put it? I like traditional ADCs where they go pew pew. Jhin and Senna, they're not pew pew. They're like, we're gonna take our time. So say it's fairly even, and you might edge it out a little bit.
I'm not sure. I mean, I have seen a Rageblade Kraken Center in action. That thing goes pew pew from 10 miles away.
There is that build. I saw it on Reddit a while back when they were doing the math, and they were saying, yeah, this build better than the current build. So there is that. I think it is the standard build right now, if I'm correct.
That would be correct.
But it just doesn't feel right, you know? It just does not feel right.
Well, we shall see how it goes. In terms of how fast these comps want to go, ANU is definitely playing the stronger late game with champions such as Silas and Senna, who can just sort of roll over games on their own if they can get ahead. But if the game actually stalls out, you got carries like Jhin with Gale Force, or he could go a more lethality-based build, try and just one-shot their champions.
Yeah.
Got on upgrades for the Mythics. LTSU actually has a pretty strong late game with champions like Orianna, Kane, On, Jhin, Lux, compared to just the Senna Silas. So this is going to depend a lot on how bot lane performs on both sides to see if any side can grab an edge.
Yeah, I just think like drafting from both sides are fairly strong. They're all picking what I assume to be fairly comfort. We're not going for anything too outlandish, so I think it's just a good way to feel out a tournament to start off with. You're not feeling desperate. No one's going to pick their like Master Yis or Ribbons yet. So it's just, we trust in the team, we trust in the process, and let's see what we can get.
I'm not sure about you, but I would have loved to see a Master Yi just running it in at the start of this tournament.
Yeah, I mean, when in my old competitive days, I was like, guys, let me play Master Yi, and then my whole team's just like, Eric, stop. You're playing Sejuani. So that's how it goes, and we're gonna load up into game real soon, which is gonna be exciting.
Well, we're loading up to game number 1, relegated to a tank duty jungler, and probably one of the worst players ever to experience Plat. We are your commentators for today, and we are now loading into game number 1.
Yes. So what skins do we have here?
We have some sexy skins on the Rift today. We have Shanghai Scrolls Jhin. We have Dark Cosmic Lux Odyssey Kane and Darkstar Orianna on the side of LTSU. Wayne, you have chosen some more traditional skins.
Yeah, I think there's a lack of skins for 2 plays, but everyone else has one. Ornn and Senna without the skins. Usually, if you don't have a skin, what does that mean?
If you don't have a skin, it just means you're poor.
Maybe you need to win more tournaments, get some more RP.
Looking at the mastery on some of these champions probably doesn't matter.
Let's
just
hover over. Alright, no one is over. The highest is 190,000 on the Gragas, and then we have 150,000 on the Silas. There's some very low mastery points right here.
Indeed, but there's some few things to point out now that we can actually see what runes people are taking. The Grasp on Gragas sort of confirms that it is going to be a tank Gragas. The Dark Harvest on Kayn pushes him to blue Kayn, but it still works very well on red Kayn. The Ares on Lux is a very interesting choice, especially for support Lux. I have seen a lot of Comet Lux, so Electrocute Dark Harvest support Lux. But the Ares just adds a bit more flexibility, a bit more supportiveness to the kit, which I kind of do appreciate. Dark Harvest on Jhin is a very ballsy pick.
Wow. Can I take a moment to say I vibe my stream right now. It's very pretty.
It is a very nice stream. I think there's been a boots pickup by Jhin, a boots and 4 pots into what seems to be a very aggressive start. He just wants to start running around as early as possible.
Yeah.
They're fast.
So just had to do a bit of a board shuffle, get everyone into their correct roles because people did not want to go role order, and that is a-okay for this tournament. So as you can see, it's Gragas, Udyr, Silas. Why did I forget Senna's name? Senna, and why did I forget Rakan's name? I am not good with names this morning. This afternoon, it's 2 o'clock. And on the other side, you can read out the names because I guess you won't forget it.
Ah, no. And then we have Alon going to the top lane, the Kayn jungle, Orianna mid, and a Jhin Lux bot lane to round out the entire thing as we are starting off with the standard bot side leash by both teams. Nothing spicy going on, no reverse starts to try and invade the enemy jungle. And it looks like we're just going to have a little bit of a boring start to the game, you could say.
Yep. You don't want to do anything too outlandish right now, and everyone's kind of picking to scale to some extent. You're not going to pick Ornn and try and go for something crazy, and you're not going to pick something like Senna Silas to go absolutely crazy. We are looking to play a teamfight-oriented game. In the meantime, top just has a bit of a scuffle, but that's just a wet noodle fight, and Orianna does have that little bit of a lane advantage pushing in. What are your thoughts on the bot side right now?
Going into the bot side, it looks like we must have missed a trade, but Jhin has taken quite a bit of damage. Same with Rakan Senna, but Lux is still just full HP sitting there.
Yeah.
It looks like they're going to try and all-in level 2. Lux misses the binding, unfortunately. Jhin misses the W. It seems to be an overall win for LTSU. Damage on that Jhin.
That was a beautiful, trade, but that binding should not have missed.
It happens. Not much you can do about it.
Alright, so in the mid lane, we do have a bit of a fight. Oh, he gets flashed on. Udyr does get first blood. Orianna going a little aggressive in that early game.
That is exactly why Udyr is such a great early game jungler. Just being able to walk up to someone, flash, and just slap them to stun. Not much you can do about that.
There's nothing you can do about that, but any jungler would have got that kill. That's just really bad positioning and a bad trade to take. Orianna was winning lane there and had a healthy lead, and instead decided to try pick up a kill in such a bad point in the game.
Yeah, bot lane looks to be just pushing the enemy under tower on the side of AMU. It looks like they're planning just to do a bit of a recall now.
Yeah, we
Go
might
back, get the items.
We might see something in the top jungle side. No, Kayn does opt to give away that scuttle. I am not good with names today. But Kayn will walk down to that bottom scuttle and hopefully take that. But Udyr recognizes that Kayn is not going to take it, or Kayn hasn't taken it. He does spot it, but it will be a 2v2 right here.
It looks like Silas is walking up to see what he can do. Kayn gets some orbs and just backs off.
There is priority on the LTU side, so Kayn will get that because their bot lane is just pushing a little further ahead.
Indeed. It felt a little bit risky for Silas just to walk into that bush.
Yeah, I think it was just the Kayn, and Silas did get assisted first blood, so he's feeling pretty safe knowing that there's no summoners on Orianna, and Orianna's a bit scared as well, so I think it's reasonable to just face check a bush, especially with Udyr positioning closer towards that side.
Moving around the map, it doesn't seem like a lot's going on. Top lane's mainly just turned into a sustained fight. You can definitely feel the on changes here. Even though he has a ruby crystal, he doesn't gain the HP straight away from it. So while he does gain the juicy 150 HP from the ruby crystal, oh, Gragas just getting burnt in the face and slapped away.
Yeah, we can see the gold is still fairly even. It is only the 300 gold from the First Blood. CS everywhere else on the map, quite even. For some reason, I'm seeing Rakan with CS and Senna with 3. Am I looking wrong? Is that a bug?
No, that would be... Have you never heard of the famous fasting Senna?
What is happening right now? I need to be indulged. I'm a jungle main. I just come down and kill bot lanes. I do not know what's happening with this CS.
I see. So basically, fasting Senna is a way for Senna to get souls more easily, because ever since the nerf, when Senna herself kills minions, there is a drastically reduced chance to get souls. But if she acts as a support, she has a much higher soul drop rate. So this allows more supporty tanky champions like Rakan, Nautilus, Hunkenge to just build Doran Shield, build their items normally, while Senna still goes a more carry-oriented build, but gets more souls out of it, increasing our overall DPS.
You should have your own segment on I guess on our stream. We should just have you talking about all these different things that I know nothing about. I think what role do you main? Are you a support or an ADC?
I'm a top lane, man.
You're a top lane? What? Okay, maybe I'm just unqualified to cast. But right now we do have a fight. Kayn does flash away. And that exhaust comes out on the Lux. Lux does get away.
Exhaust, but
we are looking to engage, but this isn't one fight that Udyr wants to take right now.
He underestimated how speedy the enemies were. And it seems like Sylas also rotated, missing the entire wave mid. He may have gotten the advantage earlier after killing Orianna, but missing an entire wave is going to be harsh.
Yep.
He also stole the Kayn ult, so that loses his chance to take the Orianna ult for later.
Yeah, I like looking at top lane, but I feel like nothing ever happens. Top lane to me, just like, when you watch it on stream, you're just excited, things are happening, slapping's happening, and then they're like, nah, that was all for 1 CS. But in the mid lane, Orianna does flash away, does not get caught by that, what do you call that hook? That pull. Anyways, in the bot lane, we do have a little bit of a root up on the side of Jhin. Jhin does, okay, stream is just taking us everywhere. Fight in the top lane, and again, they're just going to CS. I don't even know why I cast anything. Kayn is coming back down, looking to get that Q off, does have the ultimate onto it, and then, Rakan just gets away. There's no kills today.
Ornament used on the side of Kayn, but it doesn't look like anything happening. Also to note that Jhin had to heal to get out of that. Both sides bot lanes lost a lot out of that, but no one seems to have died. Still a bit of a stale game at the moment, but it looks like Udyr's backing, not going to try and take the dragon, realized that there is a ward on dragon and could be abused. Sylas is low on mana, trying to fight an Orianna. That would be a mistake. Orianna misses her ultimate.
I do need to point out that the gold has evened up completely, that First Blood is no longer relevant, and I'm pretty sure Kayn is level on gold with Udyr, considering his suboptimal pathing. Udyr has been a great support jungler so far, being everywhere his team needs him to be, but he's been dropping camps left, right, and center. If you look at his side of the jungle, he's just missing out on camps. Looking at their gold right now, both of the junglers are on 2.7k gold. It just shows the importance of effective jungling and pathing. Right now, we do see the whole red side being taken by Kayn.
Indeed, being able to full clear while Udyr still has his entire jungle up, it's kind of a scary thought, considering Udyr is supposed to be one of the fastest farming junglers in the game.
Exactly, that's a 5 camp difference we see right now.
But it doesn't look like it will matter, because none of the camps on his bot side are being, well, contested by Kayn.
Not right now, but there's some interesting position in the top jungle side. They are going for the Ornn, but the ANU is opting otherwise.
Eric,
yes?
It looks like there's a bit of a problem. Apparently you are being a bit too loud on stream and I'm being a bit too quiet.
Okay, we shall adjust that in a moment. I'm a bit too loud and you're a bit too quiet. We'll do some more sound balancing.
Apologies to all viewers who missed my beautiful voice and had. Oh, and looks like there has been a kill top lane. The Flash Orianna ult by Silas coming through in the end.
Let us
Bot
try.
lane scuffle ends up being nothing. But that was a 2-for-0 trade top lane. Both On and Orianna just getting crushed.
Yeah. I gotta say that I don't think that needed to go that way. We saw... Okay, to recap what we saw, Kane was towards the top side, he was taking Scuttle, and instead of helping out his teammates when he saw Silas moving towards the top lane, he just kept taking that Scuttle. He didn't redirect the Scuttle towards the top side either, so... I feel like... there may have been miscommunication. Ornn may have said he was okay. They might not have expected a 3-man there, but it was potentially a 3v3. Ornn did have safety options there.
On may have had safety options, but Gragas, Cask, plus Udyr just running at him, and looks like a trade top lane just sort of ending in the favor of On. Both are building full tank items. Oh, and it's evened out. Side of Gragas. Just two tanks lapping each other vigorously. It doesn't seem like anything's going on at the moment. Besides these trades top end, On's releasing his ultimate.
Oh, that was a nice casket from Gragas. Oh.
And looks like there could be a kill top lane. Fortunately, Gragas could not get the solo kill.
Kane is looking towards the top side though, but I don't think he can do anything alone right now. Without that CC, he shouldn't have the damage to kill a tanky Gragas.
And he is sitting on top of a ward, so Gragas knows exactly what's going on.
Both junglers will be trading objectives. Kane does take that that Scuttle and...
Rift Herald.
Rift Herald,
that's
thank you.
A very big Scuttle, I must admit.
That is a big Scuttle, and Udyr will be taking what dragon? Let's scroll over.
That would be a Mountain Dragon.
That is a Mountain Dragon.
The Mountain Dragon giving bonus armor and magic resist to the entire team. And luckily it is only the first dragon, so the effects can't stack, but that bonus armor and magic resist can make quite a difference going in a little bit later. It looks like that the Silas has decided to try and fight.
Orianna does get an ultimate off. Ornn does go down first, Kane does pick up a kill, and we switch to the bottom side real quickly. Udyr will come down. That Lux is looking very, very low, not looking very safe. Bizarrely will go down. Double kill
and
going on the bottom side.
Sent a double kill bot lane, and it seems like they couldn't even manage to kill the Gragas top.
Yeah, that was a 3v2 as well, so bit mismatched, but Herald does get taken for the red side, so maybe Kane goes for an early pop.
Well, there were 2 kills on the side of LTSU. That was straight up win for ANU, I would say. Well, both Silas and Rakan went down. That was just... I'm not even sure what happened there.
I'm kind of anxious watching Kane not use his Herald.
Kane not using Herald
it's
is probably the smartest choice.
It's 13:30? You don't want to go for the stacks right now?
You want to go for the stacks, but also... even if he goes for the stacks, he can only get 2 plates, and 320 gold, as much as it is appealing, you're not going to get much out of that unless you place a bot lane and try and just go for the tower.
Yeah, but 300 gold is huge right now, considering that they're falling behind. That's a kill. And they committed so much. They committed so much to that Herald.
Rakan tries going in, but loses half his HP. Udyr's looking back bot lane.
Oh, and Ornn does TP straight in.
TP bot lane.
Oh, Lux does pick up that kill.
But unfortunately, Ornn seems to have died, and it seems like there may be more carnage to come bot lane. Yeah, that Lux is gone. This is turning into a bit of a slaughter. Well, we did get the Ornn TP and Orianna already bot lane. The TPs from Gragas and Silas just coming out to join in on the fight.
Yeah, I mean,
seems
double TPs that just use both sides, but just team advantage?
It'd just be It's just the strength. You have a 203 Gragas, a 203 Udyr, a 214 Silas, and a 202 Senna. There is not much you can do unless you catch them out at this point. They're just going to become tankier and stronger. The Everfrost being picked up by Silas. And we see 2 Turbo Chem Tanks being picked up by both Gragas and Udyr. They're looking for a hard engage in the later fights, and Senna finally picking up the Kraken, Rakan getting his Locket. The entirety of ANU picking up their Mythics while LTSU just has it on their own.
LTU might they've fallen into a trap, and there will be a double kill right now.
That wasn't even a trap, that was just bad positioning by LTSU.
Yeah.
Not knowing, seeing that the Gragas was AFK top lane, and seeing that both Senna and Rakan were mid, it was just a little bit too greedy play.
It definitely was. They saw the Rakan and they were like, Rakan's gonna walk in here, and then they just didn't think about all the other options, which was the missing Gragas.
The game's not lost yet, but it's definitely starting to look like it's gonna be hard for LTSU to come back unless the game does stall out. And to their fairness, mid lane, a good catch by LTSU, but Rakan just Wing away with his E.
Yeah, they used everything, and Rakan's not even down to, well, now is down to half health, but shows the tankiness of Rakan right now.
That Locket doing work for him. But that damage from Jhin, nearly enough to take him down, but not enough. We're seeing the damage coming out from Senna as well. That Kraken Slayer in range, just allowing her to just pew pew from the backline. Not much anyone can do there. We see the Kayn.
So in retrospect, how great was that Rift Herald usage?
Well, I have seen worse. It is not great, I shall admit. That was probably one of the weaker Rift Heralds I've seen.
Look, it's gonna get taken right up. Maybe they set it up for the trap.
Silas
okay.
Coming down.
It can be the big brain play.
All along. Oh, Silas is Everfrost coming in. The Senna ult finishing him off. It looks like the Silas just isn't going to die. Well, the fact that the Silas can nearly 2v1 now is quite a scary thought.
I'm just laughing right now, but the tower wasn't even taken.
Left on 1 HP. Let's get the 29 HP on the bottom tower.
Silas got a double kill. I feel bad. That just feels bad. I don't know what to say about that situation.
Well, on the other side, mythic items starting to be picked up by the side of LTSU. We now have the God Drinker on Kayn and the Leandry's Anguish on Orianna. Maybe if they had those in the previous fight, they could have fought the Silas. But seems like they're just falling further behind. There's now a 4k gold deficit. ANU just seems to be starting to steamroll the game.
What are your options right now? If you see that it's 18 minutes in, the score is 12-3, and things are not looking very healthy, what do you do?
The only real option to come back is to try and let on get to level 14-15. Getting an upgraded Godrinker. Sorry, I have forgotten the items' names as well. I'm starting to get your curse. Getting an upgraded Godrinker or Gale Force would be massive at this point. Both the Jhin and the Kayn can start to do work. The main problem is though, Kayn has still not transformed 18 minutes into the game. While his updated passive allows him to get more orbs as the game goes through, he needs to transform soon or he's just not going to be able to do much work in these fights.
One of the hard things as well is both teams have drafted for what I would consider team fight, but Latrobe, they don't have the same press go button that ANU has. ANU is just going to run straight at you. They do not care. But Latrobe needs to set up a few things before it happens. Like you can just put a ball on Kayn and just have that working, but the damage isn't there either, so it's going to be hard to see how they work their way out of this.
Balling Kayn is also quite risky by the fact that unless he's red Kayn, he doesn't have any real way to initiate or any innate tankiness to survive. It looks like they're going to be trying to go onto Rakan and Senna trying to steal this red buff.
Oh, does get binded.
And that's a pick. Nope, it
Goes
looks
down to
like
half
it's...
health.
Oh! And the kill on Rakan coming out. It looks like they're TPing in.
They are
Flash out
looking
by
to fight
Jin.
regardless.
Both Silas and Udi are in the fight. Gragas is coming in. He still has his cask on hand. On whiffs the E, but hits the Silas. It seems like Silas Sonius, this could be a kill, and it is. It's a shutdown on Oriana, which
Another
is
binding
massive.
does go out on Gragas. But
Kane just walks in. Oriana gets the ult on center, but no one's there to follow up. Udyr and his Phoenix Dance just destroying everyone. The Gragas cast finally coming out, and only Lux left alive on the side of LTSU. And it seems to just be another smash hit by ANU. It was getting closer though, and by this fight we can see there is potential for LTSU to win these future fights. But they just need more items and time, which they might not have.
Yeah, they played it pretty well. It was a 2-for-1, and they decided to keep going a little more than they should have. And that 2-for-1 ended up being a 2-for-4. So I guess that just shows the difference of items right now. And you can't do much about, I guess, an item advantage on every single character.
But it is good to note that in that fight, Oriana did kill the Silas, and that was a 300 gold shutdown. Might not be the biggest in the world, but that will push Oriana to her item spikes much quicker. And from that money, she seems to have gotten the Oblivion Orb and Sorcerer Shoes, both very good items against this comp which rely heavily on healing in these team fights. And it seems like On has finally reached level 13. Starting from next level, he can start upgrading his friend's mythic items. So he just needs to keep sidelining, keep gaining these solid levels without playing too aggressively. And he's starting to be able to 1v1 this Gragas without much problem.
Yep.
But he seems to be pushing in a little bit too deep. His center and Rakan are coming down, but On just doesn't care. Yeah, no, this On is definitely going to be dead. Definitely overextending in these fights. And while we were talking about that, this Udyr just smashing this Chin 1v1.
Yeah, no flashes were used either, so that was just Udyr just running straight up onto Mr. Astronaut over there, and Ming will dive straight onto Oriana, does get that ult off, does get away from Oriana's ultimate, but that is, that's one dead robot lady.
That is one dead robot lady. And now that Silas has actually picked up this Dark Seal, that is actually kind of scary. The Lux walking up into the Silas, the Kane running away from him, the Kane is dead under his own tower, staying in his jungle without any vision from his side. And that's a free Infernal Drake on the side of ANU. This game is just progressing, and it does not look like LTSU is getting any respite in terms of coming back.
Oh, wow, Serpent Snake does get caught, but he's just too safe. That shield is too strong.
He's just running.
Must feel great to be a Rakan player right now.
It must feel great to just be able to bounce across half the world. I'd love to do that. Like, be able to just be in a big open meadow and just like boing, boing, boing. You know?
I don't think I have dreams of being a kangaroo or anything, but bouncing around could be fun. This trampoline, if you've ever been there. Oh wait,
Yeah.
Yeah, is that what it's called? Bounce?
Bounce. You know, bouncing around, you see an ally about to get shot, you just jump in front of them, give them a shield for half the HP.
Oh, yeah.
And we also have to mention that the Locket has actually blocked 650 damage this game. Quite a small number, but that has saved the life of Senna and some of his allies.
All you need is a couple hundred before
All
a fight.
you need is a couple of hundred. And going in later, he now has a Staff of Flowing Water.
Well, Silas does
and
miss,
seems...
but it doesn't matter. Fizali gets chunked out. Oriana running away, does get the ultimate ult off, but it's not enough. That Silas is looking to be absolutely insane. He does only have his ring, but I can't wait to see him upgrade
He has
that.
his ring, but he's a level 15 Silas. He's just going to keep getting stronger. Rakan going over the wall. And the thing to note is, Rakan's got a Staff of Flowing Water, so no matter what happens, the Silas is just going to get stronger and stronger.
Kane looking for the steal. It's on 2k
It's a
health.
very...
Not able to. Is being pushed away. Does get that ultimate off, but
It looks like this Kane is dead. And it seems like the Jin just getting pounded by this Kragus. Someone's trying to protect him. And now this Kragus is just getting the short end of the stick.
Look, he's a tanky boy, but you can't do anything in that 1v5 situation.
It is good to note as well that this Gragas is... Sorry, not Gragas. Udia is godlike. 3 members on the side of ANU having a perfect game this time around.
I mean, this almost is very close to a perfect game. ANU have been playing quite superbly.
Yes, it's now also, I just noticed, a 12k gold lead. I can realistically not see a way that Latrobe get back in this, and the shielding from Udia being just enough to save his life. The On picking up the Warmog's second item. It's a bit late for him to be picking up something like Warmog's. Maybe a more tankier option like Abyssal Mask, maybe, but it seems like the Kane growing onto Rakan, trying to do something, but you can't kill someone who just doesn't die.
Is that a blue cane? I can't
That
tell
is-
because of the skin. That is a blue cane, right?
That is in fact a blue Kane. An interesting choice, especially with God Drinker and the nerf surrounding it. I'm not sure if Blue Cane was the right choice this game. The damage will definitely be huge, but maybe an item like Eclipse or Duskblade just to amplify the damage and try and kill Senna or Silas. The God Drinker just feels a bit bad, in all honesty. And now we have the Udia just activating his chem. He just flashes on the Kane and there's nothing he can do. Dion trying to help, but
Like, I'm just watching
realistic-
Udia run right now. It's just like an F1 car. He does...
And On decides to help the Udia get onto the Kane. It seems like maybe there was a bit of team miscommunication there.
I don't think there's any communication going there. Oh!
It seems like, and this is just a guess,
Oh.
LTSU's mid inhib is gone. The top lane is being pushed in by the Silas.
You are right, Senna does go peel with that build.
Yeah, Senna does go pew pew. I do not see a way of LTSU coming back, but I have seen worse comebacks before. And once again, if they can try and stall it out, even if, like, this far behind, maybe there will be a miracle. But I cannot see a clean
the-
way into this victory for
The most
LTSU.
important thing when you are suffering at this point is that you either have wave clear or you have one person that can at least deal the damage. I don't
And
think that's really there this game.
Jin's definitely dealing damage, it's just not enough. On upgrading his Gale Plus into a Typhoon, giving him that massive increase in AD. But there's just no way that he can break into that Udia Gragas frontline, especially with items like Randuin's being picked up, just to reduce his damage even more.
It honestly feels like you're playing into 4 tanks and 1 beefy ADC. The amount of shields that's going around on the side of ANU is insane. It's just a really difficult one to come back from.
I mean, I would have loved to see items from gyms like the Lord Dominic's Regard or Serpent's Fang coming out, especially with the buff Serpent's Fang being extremely strong, and Lord Dominic's just being a genuinely great.
We do see a fight starting off. Ornn does initiate, does not get his ultimate off.
Unfortunately,
picks up
the
the
On
kill.
was on the wrong side. ANU just
Lux.
cleaning up LTSU here.
Characters are still alive, but Orianna, no, that's down. That should be a
No
quadra
characters are
kill.
alive.
No, that's just a
That
triple
would
kill
be-
and an ace, and that's GG for the side of
Triple kill
ANU.
by Silas. It looked like this is the end of the game. GG is coming out from both sides. That this has been a great first game, just showcasing how strong ANU is.
That's
It was also an unfortunate game. If LTSU had not overextended early, maybe they could have grabbed the lead. But that's just how the games go. There's no blame to be placed on anyone, and an amazing first game ending with the win of ANU.
no doubt. So we should head off into a little break, and we can talk about this game a little later. But we'll head off onto a break and figure out what game we have next.